CEOs and sales leaders, I want to talk to you about things that slow down or stop sales growth. This is one in a series of things that we're doing, and one of the biggest things that we see that stop it is inconsistent or undefined sales process. And now sales process is not really a sexy thing to talk about, and people say, do we really need one? We've gotten this far without really writing it down. Maybe not, but at some point, it doesn't become repeatable. When you have 5 people on your team and they all kind of do it the same way, we call that tribal wisdom, that works. But now we get to 10, now we get to 15, now we get to 20, and all of those nuances about how do you get in the door, which questions do you ask, how do you position that way, which tools do you use, if that is still just in people's minds, it becomes really hard for people to come on board. And what does that mean? That means new people ramp up much slower, they don't get it. You got a lot more turnover that hurts the business. So at some point, you got to write it down. You got to make sure that everybody knows what the game plan is. They got the playbook, they can run the play. So what is sales process? We think about sales process as the specific steps or stages you take to bring somebody from a lead to a prospect to a customer to an expanding customer. Now there's all kinds of sales methodologies out there. There's spin selling and Miller Heiman and Sandler and action selling and all the rest of those. And those are good methodologies, but they don't get into specific steps. None of them say, and at this point, bring them to our plant and do a plant tour. That's not part of it. That's a methodology. We're talking about the process of specific steps. So we like to think about the stages. What do you do at each stage? That's super important. What tools or questions or whatnot do I use at each stage? And a big one that gets forgotten a lot of times is what we call a customer commitment or a toll gate. I don't leave this step in the process until I've achieved that. I don't skip ahead and start talking about the product or skip ahead and talk about pricing until I really understand their situation. That's a step in the process. Now, if you can write this down, you can get all these best practices figured out, and you can get everybody coached to those best practices, you sell more stuff. I've been there, I've seen it 100 times. It happens. You get everybody doing it the same way. It's good. You leverage your top people to figure out that process, but it means higher close rates. It means more accurate forecasts, less turnover of reps, fewer deals outside your sweet spot. I could go on and on and on, but we're selling more stuff in a more consistent way. So if you need help figuring out how to get this in place and how to ramp up, love to talk to you. Go to our website at pivataladvisors.com. Follow us on all the social media. If you like videos like this, click like, subscribe to our channel. We put these out all the time. But more than anything, I'd love to talk to you, help you figure out what your sales process should look like and how do we capture those best practices. So give us a call. Again, my name is Gary Braun with Pivotal Advisors. Thank you for watching.